And what I said is, this is a week-long competition. It's not about accuracy in the individual event. It's about consistency and endurance over a really long period of time. And that's part of the judgmental criteria we bring here.
But she
So
has
it's
that,
not
though.
just, and here's the thing, like, I don't think anybody here is doubting whether or not Simone Biles is a talent or the GOAT or anything like that. I don't think anybody's saying anything like that. What I think is, I think what's being evaluated is, even if we took the mental criteria as being evaluative and the physical criteria as being evaluative, did she perform to her best in this incident? Because basically, if you look at all other Olympic athletes, that is also the pressure that we're holding them to. Not just the physical strain, but also the mental, emotional, and basically political pressure or social pressure from the event.
Yeah. And if they suffered an injury, or if they had said that there's a pain in my body that is causing me to not be able to perform, I would imagine that we should treat them exactly the same. Go, oh wow, like that really sucks.
Yeah, so,
like the idea that, like, yeah, everyone, including like, everyone recognizes that part of the challenge of the Olympics is there's an endurance aspect, but being unable because of some sort of injury or some major complication to finish out the competition doesn't necessarily preclude you from ever having that skill of endurance, right? Like, this is somebody who's proven that again and again. Like, nobody can perform to their 1000% every single time, and sometimes you just get unlucky. Sometimes something that happens, you can't power through it. And I think that, given that this isn't, like, yes, it's the Olympics, but, like, let's be real here, it's still entertainment. It's still sport. That's it. It's not war. It's not a matter of life or death. You have to put your well-being first. And I would say that an athlete who's 24 years old and has their entire life in front of them probably doesn't want to snap their neck doing the hardest performance of their life while they recognize that they have reached a limit. That's ridiculous.
Well, Demon Mama, my question to you then
Connor,
is,
but then we gotta go down to other
yeah,
people.
yeah. My question to you, and I'll yield the floor, is basically like, is there anything that you've said in the past minute about the variables and factors that also doesn't apply to, like, physical stuff? That would be my question, and I don't need an answer. I just want you to think about it, because I basically think everything that you just said about mental injury would equally apply to physical injury.
Well, of course it would. Of course it does. But you have to realize, if an athlete walks out and they have a sudden shooting pain in their leg, because, I don't know, maybe a blood clot happened and it literally killed the oxygen in their leg, and their leg is not working properly, they're gonna sit that out. They're not gonna. I mean, they might not. They might choose not to.
All I'm saying is, one of my favorite sports heroes is a guy who played baseball on acid. Okay, and he played like 9 straight innings, and I think he pitched a no-hitter.
Okay,
He did pitch a no-hitter.
we have to move on. We're gonna throw it over to aircraft. Then after that on the list is Agent and Maddie.
Thank you, Demon Mama. You actually had a good point. The brain is an organ. Okay, I fully admit that. And the problem is she didn't sit there and talk about some type of pain. She didn't complain about vertigo. She has lost some of her focus, and that could be part of the ADHD issue that she has. So look, I actually applaud the fact that she decided to, for her own safety, step aside. But because of that, because it's not a physical injury, because this is something that is perceived, there is nothing physically wrong with her. Her stepping aside actually is a way of her giving up her status as the GOAT. And because part of the requirement, hold on, please. Part of the requirements, in my opinion,
restore liver health 2,500 years ago. And now modern science confirms how it could work to
Right, for the last...
To talk about his, I don't know, his love of Jeffrey Epstein. I have no, like, I feel like the lean in this case is so preposterous that he could have done or said virtually anything, and it would have been a net benefit for him. Now, what do I gain? Well, no real leftist would ever give a fuck about the specifics of a 2018 chemical weapons attack that's already been universally agreed upon to have happened, but this one guy wrote a paper saying that actually it was different and the types of damage done to the shell indicated that it would have been planted instead of dry. It's like, what does this have to do with healthcare? What does this have to do with worker control of the means of production, honestly? So, nobody on my side cares. Everyone on his side cares. He can only benefit, and I can, at best, just come out neutral, which I did, you know, because nothing gained or lost. In that environment, the question is, why did I debate him at all? What was the point?
Fun.
Was it? Well, I got to learn some stuff in the research beforehand, and I like having fun. But do I like having fun while boosting the attention that people like him get? I'll tell you what I should have done. I should have ignored him and said, I'll only debate Max Blumenthal or Aaron Mate. Figures my size. Actually smaller than me a little bit. Then I'll have that debate. Not only is that much more clout for me, but it means that the proportional exposure they get is much, much, much lower. So in that case, it would have been better. I should have known my worth, you know? So I didn't, and that's unfortunate, but stuff like that is worth taking into account. There are plenty of people now who I will not have on. Criticisms on YouTube I will not watch on stream, though I sometimes do off stream. Not because I fear them. I'm sure many of them would be very fun to talk to. But just because I know they're like crazy right-leaning people who want to talk to me because no matter what happens, win or lose, they'll get a lot of attention from it. And I don't want to facilitate that.
All right. So how much responsibility would you put on the individual creators? Would you like in terms of holding them accountable? Do you think that you would be like really harsh on people like for attempting to go at they would perform well in, but ended up getting fucking destroyed? Say someone was felt like they were ready to go against Nick Fuentes, went up against him, got made a fool of, right? How harsh would we be on people like that?
It's an honest mistake, of course, right? Yeah. I mean, I've seen people in my vague periphery make mistakes like that. I don't know. We've all had, you know, rough mistakes. I guess I'd be a little bit more sour about that if I felt like it was a subject that was just completely beyond them. They accepted it and they had a lot of clout and they just gave it away, you know? Maybe I'd be a bit upset about that, but not unless there was some malice on it. If I felt like they were doing it because they didn't mind taking the ball, and they genuinely didn't care about the person who had that.
Okay. Let me see here. I think, like, in terms of written down questions, I have, that's basically it. My biggest, I think that we won this debate, and I certainly learned some stuff, or like, basically what my goal is here, because the amount of bullshit that's come out of the whole Discord drama with Hurricane has been kind of stupid in the scale of it. I am mostly concerned with not trying to overly promote any kind of really negative ideology. I'm really concerned with being able to argue my points effectively and have people that are able to argue against these ideologies effectively, right? So that was like mostly what my whole thing was. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Someone's asking me, I'm sorry, ask the question, what was the question? Do you think that all Marxist-Leninists could be deplatformed like fascists?
Me?
Yeah.
Depending on what they say. There are some Marxist-Leninists who can seem fine. Many of those that I've talked to, I consider them very I'll say this: the people that I call JDs, I'm okay with saying Spanish. Trust me, nothing I believe in is being propagated by any of these people, and I do nothing to see but there are some people who call themselves
Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of people describing themselves as MLers, like, freaking wacko. But there are a couple that come through my chat, they're, like, pretty chill, and, you know, depending on who is watching, if their friends are watching, they'll go, like, super hard, but, if they're just, like, chilling in there,
yeah, the problem is that really and now I say I've read statements I would agree to like insane Jewish far-right Stalin defending you know the kulaks had what they had coming, that type of stuff. It's a catch-all term that appears in a lot of people. Whereas I think that the fascist label is ubiquitous in America. There are some people who call themselves I just want to point out that I would hold these standards equally if applied.
Yeah, I basically have been saying the same thing. They keep on trying to say that I'm trying to cancel everybody and I'm just like a horrible leftist that wants to destroy the platform. Like, no, having all of them here is like good because then I can come in here and pull a debate. That would be like really, that'd be nice to know that they're all right here. I can just find myself a good fascist debate and go hard on them. But at the same time, yeah, my biggest problem was really with the Discord. Let's see here.
I'm at the point now.
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where I want to debate people who are my size or bigger, or I want to debate people who email me and have me on the platform. If there's a Nazi who emails me and they want to talk, like, okay, I don't really think I'm going to see it. First of all, I'm confident about this. And second, they don't have like a channel where you can build argument, which, like, okay, and I think it's good to refresh yourself. It's just a matter of understanding how to and making sure.
So that's interesting. So if it's on a remote platform, one of the things that's interesting about the situation with Toilet Paper Vote is that they have in-house debaters. They don't have their own stream. They don't have their own YouTube. They just debate for Toilet Paper Vote, right? Most of them are like bloggers or just, you know, self-describing as Nazis. Do you think that debating against that, debating those Nazis on that platform would be bad, since the platform itself isn't necessarily a Nazi thing, but they have people that will debate on their behalf or like against lefties?
That's not enough. I'll say this. As a relation that I've seen, that platform is
Kind of what my experience, I don't think that that's the same thing. I've at least been trying to give like constructive criticisms because I hope that the left wing has coming from a good place, right? Just like they talk about the end of the conversation that I had with it, right? But also, it certainly doesn't seem to be matching up with what actually taking place.
I just want to know one thing. This is just one game. We do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. A debate because it's fun. Politically, there is weight to the attention. So you have to be considerate. Now, for me, the best thing for the people would be at this point is there's some fun. It's like a fish tank fire. It's structured and it's fun, and we don't care as long as it's close. That's the best thing they can be. The worst thing they can be is a platform deliberately designed to build as much acumen as possible for very far-right people and avoiding accountability by having to only deal directly with people who are completely moderate runners on the channel, as opposed to the aggressively far-right debate lords. That would be, in my mind, more likely.
Being red pilled on a great replacement is something that might not be indicative of a left-wing person. Like that. Isn't Sonsel that dude who moved to Mexico? Sorry, Dark Wizard, Memo, and Boss's chat. I'm not the guy that moved to Mexico. Sorry. Yeah, let me see here. If there's anything else. I don't think I have anything else on this unless you have any questions for me or like additional things to say about platform.
No, not really. I mean, I just want to say that I'd like to think that I'm as close to a free speech absolutist in practice as close to free speech. See, the only, like, we're not talking about the first POS. My goal is to prevent the propagation of far-right ideology, which is a pro-free speech position, because far-right ideology is anti-free speech and anti-free speech. It's not like people in Nazi Germany. You can go on and on about how everyone should have the opportunity to speak. Legally, they do. In terms of the ability to be provided a platform, you're doing free speech in service of far-right speech. I mean, what do you think the lines are? Donald Trump was very openly anti-free speech, very, very clearly. You know, sending the attorney general against protesters, you know, asking for the military to crack down on BLM protesters. People should be deported if they fly the flag, loosening libel and slander laws, which would be one of the targets of press and infringement. This guy was very openly anti-free speech. And he was the president. That's like step one, man. There are people way to the right of that online. If those people get power, they're not going to stop them loosening up libel and slander laws. They're going to do far, far, far worse stuff. Would Bernie send anti-Bernie protesters to the Gulag? Somehow I know. So I do what I do and I say what I say because I do not want free speech, because I value it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, a lot of the time when we talk about speech that should be allowed online or in public, or when people try to pass hate speech laws, a lot of the time that can be applied to the left just as easily as it can be applied to the right, just depending on who's in power. So, it serves as well to make sure that we're maintaining as much as we can without disenfranchising people.
And also, hey, if really right-wing people like this online, great, they already do. Right-leaning people dominate Facebook. Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, they dominate Facebook. There are tons of far-right accounts that are still up on Twitter, in spite of the multiple ban waves. They have tons of space online and tons of room for their voice to grow. It is not like it's not like they have been silenced. They have their own entire websites and applications that they have made that nobody wants to be on because it only has right-leaning people on it, and they're all
right, guys,
so.
Back here, it's another Minecraft parody. I'm gonna close my door.
Well, so ultimately,
it's going to be Pumped Up Kicks. I had this song question, Just Like Africa. And I think it's a good song. I don't know what it means, but I like it.
Or for
and,
like at least
I'm gonna parody it.
The Twitch sphere or the YouTube,
I have got
Twitch
good
political
aim.
sphere.
I will steal all your diamonds,
just
sir.
needs to be done
My plan.
My thing is
I have 64 arrows in my inventory. I'm a good
even when they
player.
are coming into these places, that the only thing to do
I found an
is just
enchanted
ban
bow
them.
in my
I do
ender
think that there is
chest.
value in
Some
arguing against
poison
them.
arrows.
and that's one thing that I agreed with Destiny last night
and I'm coming for
left-leaning
you.
people that do debate
All
and
the
shit
other
like
players
that,
with the
they do need to be able
diamond
to
swords, you
push
better
back against
sprint,
the
better
points like
jump,
the JQ or
and you
the,
won't escape.
you know, great
All the
replacement,
players
any of
with
these
the iron
dumb memes that
oracles, you
they
better
bring up all
jump,
the time.
better
I
sprint, faster than my arrows. All
Just
the other
do
players
it in
with
a
the
way that harms
diamond
no one
swords, you
and which
better
does not
sprint,
promote
better
the
jump,
vulture,
you won't escape.
right-leaning.
All the other kids with the iron
and that's
oracles,
perfectly
you
easy to
better
do
jump,
if you have
better
some
sprint.